Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final hour of the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Shout out to bus driver Ed swinging by and bringing us some delicious donuts.
And café con leche.
Café con leche.
Café con leche.
By the way, today is National Monopoly Day, and we will wrap the show up with some fun with the show. But right now, let's get into some things that I think you need to hear about. And those things are the follows.
Okay.
Experts are baffled by the unexpected movement of the North Pole, which is currently drifting towards Russia. The shift in the Earth's magnetic field, particularly the movement of the magnetic north, could significantly impact technology, especially smartphones, navigation systems that rely on magnetic compasses. Scientists are closely monitoring the phenomenon, which could lead to disruptions to GPS accuracy and other systems, raising concerns about the long-term effects of this magnetic shift on everyday technology. How do you feel about that SJC technology?
I think it happens all the time.
Really?
You do?
Yeah. Magnetic shifts, they've recorded it. They've recorded it all kinds of times in history.
Former President Donald Trump and my son, D.T. Jr., you know what I'm talking about, Donald Trump Jr., sparked a wave of online reaction after a photo showed of them enjoying McDonald's on a private jet with RFK Jr. in the background.
I saw that.
The image shared by Trump Jr. on social media prompted speculation about the nature of their meeting, with some users humorously accusing the Trumps of holding RFK Jr. hostage. Questions also arose about the real RFK Jr., known for his presidential campaign as an independent, was being pressured or bullied during the encounter. Neither party was clarified the purpose of the gathering. Neither the leading the public to debate its implications amidst growing political intrigue.
They're friends now. They hang out.
Right. Good Lord, people. You haven't figured it out? All the people that supported him are getting jobs.
Yeah. So it's like,
hey, guys, if you didn't
thumbs
know,
up, bro.
that's the way it works.
Thumbs up, bro. Now we're friends.
Just for the record, if Byron Donalds ever called me and asked me to be his press secretary, see ya.
I'm out.
See ya. Like, y'all be like, where'd Big Mama go? Oh, he's a press secretary for Byron Donalds.
Look at him. He's having hamburgers with Byron Donalds.
Right. That would be me.
What's happening?
I'm in. 100%.
100% you're in.
Right. It doesn't matter. If you called me to do a job in politics that was a great job, like working with a president, a governor, or a highly respected congressman or senator,
Yeah.
I'm in. Because those jobs go from there to that's the starting position. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm totally in. And that's what these people are doing. Elon Musk has got a job. RFK Jr. got a job. These news anchors that, look, if you don't think Tucker Carlson ain't getting a job, y'all out of your mind. Tucker's getting a job too.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it. Look, this is just like Oprah, except for you're not getting a car. You're getting a job. You get a job, you get a job, everybody getting a job.
Get to work.
You're getting a job, everybody. You want a job, John? I'll give you a job.
I heard what he's doing with his salary already. Did you hear?
Donates it.
He's donating to veterans
Right.
this time. So
He did that last time.
yeah.
He didn't collect his salary.
He just accepted $1 because he had to accept the $1, and everything else was pretty much given back. So.
And then the world erupts like, well, why would you only take $1 to do the job?
Because
What else is in it for you?
Right.
Well, not this measly $1 million that you're paying me.
Right. So, how much is the president?
Me on the other-
217, I think it is, like a year.
It's a mill, I thought.
No.
Absolutely.
Did it go up, really?
It's a mill. I think you get 217 just to be a congressman.
Congressman 155 for AOC is what she, because they were asking how did she make $59 million if she only makes 155, and she was broke when she came in. So, like, they were trying to do the math. That's how I know that one was like 155. How much is a salary, presidential salary?
I can't believe that wasn't automatically answered. $400,000 a year.
400. Dang, they went up. They got a nice raise.
The
then.
president also gets an additional $50,000 for expenses, $100,000 travel account, and $19,000 entertainment budget. Wonder if that's a month.
Dang, entertainment budget.
Right, so you got to make that
That
down.
won't pay for Beyonce.
550. He gets a half a mil. He gets a $500,000.
And he's donating it.
Right. That's great. I love it. And enigmatic Alaska Triangle, also known as the strange phenomenon of disappearances, became the center of an international intrigue after a UFO was shot down by a U.S. F-22 fighter jet. The unidentified object detected in U.S. airspace prompted immediate military action due to the potential threats to national security and commercial flights. While authorities have not confirmed the nature or origin of the object, its presence was reignited speculation about extraterrestrial activity in the region. The Alaska Triangle, an area spanning Anchorage, Juneau, and Barrow, has long been associated with mysterious occurrences, adding another layer of mystery to its incident. Investigators are ongoing, with officials urging calm while they seek to uncover the truth behind the unusual encounter. I like it. I like the whole UFO things.
Yeah.
Residents in Connecticut neighborhood have reportedly hearing eerie, unexplained screams at night, sparking fears, speculation. The chilling sounds, described as loud and haunting, have prompted discussions of potential wildlife or phenomenal or paranormal activity. Local authorities are investigating the source, urging residents to remain calm and vigilant. The incidents have heightened community awareness and fueled intrigue about the mysterious phenomenon.
They got a freaky town. That's, yeah.
Right, we talk paranormal, right, as our paranormal expert Josh rolls into the bus.
I know, look at that. As he's in the building.
Right, he's in the building. We'll wrap up with a little bit about last night here in a minute. What is the worst, most hurtful insult you have ever received that was presented as praise?
The worst, okay, that was presented as
Basically a backhanded compliment.
You're pretty for a big girl.
You're pretty for a big girl? Somebody said that to you?
Yeah.
You punch him in the neck?
I've heard that before, yeah.
You're not as fat as you used to be.
Yeah.
You and your mother could be twins, you old-looking hag.
Dang. You look like sisters.
I see you're losing that baby weight slowly.
Oh, that's awful.
I was voted changed the most since high school in my reunion. I was very thin and blonde in high school, and at the heaviest point of my life for the reunion, it was not a compliment. I was voted changed the most since high school in my reunion. Changed the most since high school at her reunion, because she was skinny in high school and fat
Because she's
as
not
an
fat
adult.
no more?
But she is fat. A woman told my friends that she spoke eloquently, and was refreshing because you don't hear many young black girls speaking properly. Oh, my God. How racist. My husband and me, when we started dating, I was married to a Barbie doll. This is better. Ouch. This time we decided to hire based on our brains and not our looks. I was hired.
Oh, my goodness. That's rude. That's so rude.
I don't really have a backhanded compliment that I understood. I'm sure people have said them to me, but I didn't catch it.
You're like, wow, that was nice.
Thanks. You're not as fat as you used to be. Thanks.
I appreciate
Oh, you meant to be
it.
rude.
I appreciate
I didn't
it.
notice that.
Right.
Guys, I'm not noticing it a lot now. And so many people. Guys, you only make my life easier when I don't want to follow you on social media anymore. And just for the record, I don't unfriend you. I just block you so I don't see you.
Yeah.
I'll mute your ass for the rest of your life. I'll never see your shit again.
I think it's funny.
And then if you get to the point to where I don't like you at all, I'll unfriend you. And if you go onto my friends and we were friends and we're no longer friends, it's because I don't like you anymore. And if I don't like you, I don't have to be your friend.
That's bad.
And if you don't like me, I don't care. Unfriend me.
With that face, he says it.
That's how I feel about it.
With that
I'm being
face.
as honest as I can. We all know I recently eliminated somebody that's been in my life for many, many moons.
Yeah.
Off the social media because we don't communicate, and anything that we do communicate,
It's negative.
It's negative.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm going to cut that person out.
You decide to say, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's been the greatest freedom I've ever experienced in my life. So when I did that, I said, ooh, I feel free. Who's next?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm done with that. I don't want that in my life anymore. And the one thing I don't listen, if you want to judge me for who I am, judge me.
Yeah.
If you want to not be my friend, like I said, don't be it. You don't want to speak to me because you think I'm offensive? I don't care. You don't like what I say on my radio show? Don't listen. It's very simple. I'm not here to appease you. I'm here to appease myself, and I'm happy with where I'm at in life, just for the record. Real happy.
So you're not worried about hurting someone's feelings.
Right. Your feelings are hurt. Ooh, that sounds like a you problem, not a
Right.
me problem.
Right.
Sorry. And there's a couple that know that I'm sure they listen or they rewatch these. They won't watch them live because we'll bust their ass.
Yeah.
But they watch them on the backside once they're posted. And then when you watch this, I'm talking about you.
How's
I
your
want you to
rag?
know I'm talking about you. If you're right now wondering, I wonder if he's talking about me. Yes. And you're probably next because I have tried
Yeah.
to be the nice person.
Yeah.
I will always try to go above and beyond to be the nice person. When you don't accept the niceness, you get dickhead. That's what you get. Sorry. All right, moving forward.
Dang.
It's important that people hear this. And the reason people need to hear this is because so many people that are adults are acting like children.
Right.
And I don't understand why an adult acts like a child.
Oh, I don't know.
Look, if I got a beef with you, I'm going to call. I'm going to text at the very least. And if you don't respond, that's cool. But I bet that the person that I unfriended, I got a slew of text messages I sent to that dude.
Yeah.
He didn't respond. That's cool. Don't respond. But we ain't friends anyway.
Right.
And it don't matter. Because if we're not friends, then we shouldn't be on Facebook together because the only reason you're there is to hate on me.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And by the way, I appreciate that. If I've never said it.
What?
I love haters. There's nothing more I love than people to talk shit about me. Because you will talk shit about me in the wrong circle, and then somebody will come and tell me.
Well, everybody tells you.
And then when I find out, I just know where we stand.
Right.
And you think, oh, you told somebody in confidence because that's your dude, that's your girl. Don't do that. Don't ever take somebody's word. Don't take mine. Don't tell me some shit in confidence. I'm going to tell Betty as soon as I get to the show the next day.
Yeah, and I want to know.
Right. As soon as I get to the show the next day.
What I said yesterday before I had to leave to the house to go get something. Don't you start talk shit without
Right.
me.
I'll talk shit.
I want to know.
Hey, listen, I'll be quiet, but I'll be talking again.
I want to know.
By the way, a study found adding maple syrup to your coffee instead of sugar can offer some major health benefits. People's blood sugar didn't spike as much. Their blood pressure fell. They lost belly fat and helped with digestion. By the way, they're talking about real maple syrup, not Mrs. Buttersworth.
Sarah
I
Jones.
love Miss Buttersworth.
Sarah Jones says, quit whining, bruh.
I love her. She came on just to tell me to quit whining. That's the only reason she logged on.
There's been a lot of it today, so
Right.
you missed it.
What? Say some shit, Sean.
That's what happens when you keep them up with a ghost.
Are you having a good day today, Sean?
I'm having a pretty good day.
You're doing it wrong. Today's
thanks.
National Have a Bad Day Day.
All things considered.
All right. Already got your Christmas lights up? A psychologist says it might be a sign you're a self-absorbed narcissist. Hear that, boo? We're narcissists.
I told you
Together.
guys. I told
We're a
both of you.
narcissistic couple.
I told both of you, Christmas lights just ain't right.
Stop it. You're the Grinch.
I
You don't
told you
even
both.
know.
I don't care. I didn't hear you tell her, and she obviously didn't hear it because she still talks to you.
'Cause nobody listens.
No.
Neither of you listen.
Nobody cares what
Y'all
you
are
have to
talking
say.
to the point you don't listen.
Nobody listens to you,
See?
Sean.
You didn't hear me just now.
Betty, what'd you say?
Huh? When
I
did
have
you,
selective hearing. Ask my wife.
When did you get here, Sean?
Should your next vacation be a skillcation? That's where you intentionally plan a vacation that involves learning a new skill.
No.
What?
I don't want to be disappointed on my vacation.
What a negative way to look at it, Betty. I like this, a skillcation.
Skillcation.
What kind of skills are we talking
Like
about?
learning crochet.
I mean, that's one
Make a
lame one you could
blanket.
learn, I
I don't
guess.
know.
I mean, if a new skill is watching you learn to ski at massive slopes or something like that, that'd be pretty cool.
I would watch.
I could watch. You
Learn
go
to
your-
ski.
Yeah, I could watch you learning to ski.
I lived in Alaska, bro. I lived in Spokane, Washington.
Even
Look
more
it up.
reason we
I
should
lived
do it.
in Minnesota.
We should find the most
Minneapolis,
death-defying
Minnesota.
slope.
You don't even like cold
I'll
weather.
hang out at
Right.
the house.
But you know what you don't do?
What?
What you like, look, if you live in Florida and don't own a set of golf clubs, you're doing it wrong.
What?
You don't have to be a good golfer. You have to be able to say, hey, we'll meet on the golf course. And you'd be like, yeah, I'll see you there. What time?
I've never golfed in my life.
Oh, my God. First and foremost, you know how many deals I've made on a golf course and how many people I've connected with on a network from a golf tournament?
Yeah.
Amazingly massive. Because Florida, it's the thing that people do.
That's what
If you
everybody
live
does.
in Spokane, Washington, and you're not a sex offender or a serial killer, you're a skier. That's where I learned. Now,
Is that the two things?
Y'all Google it if you want.
Dude, I'll be on.
You can Google those stats if you want. I lived there. I know the facts.
I just think I'm gonna stay away.
I would be on a list just because I'm quilting a blanket.
Spokane, Washington has more sex offenders than any other part of state of Washington. They release them into Spokane.
Right.
They release them into there like the wild.
I'm not joking. If you get out of prison
Stop
to being a
it.
sex offender, you live in Spokane.
For real?
I used to have a thing called Sex Offender Thursday on my show, and I would send an intern out to a street corner that would hold a sign up saying, 375 sex offenders live within 1 mile of this sign.
No way.
Because people were clueless to it. Not me.
You pointed it out.
Because it pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like, it become an issue. Like, when I live somewhere, I invest my time.
Right.
When I move somewhere, like when I moved to Spokane, I bought a Gonzaga sweatshirt, a Gonzaga shirt, a hat. I became a Zags fan. If you don't know, that's the only thing that's in sports related in that town is Gonzaga University.
What is that?
They're a great basketball school. That's it.
Oh, okay.
They're a dry, great basketball school.
I definitely be on a list then.
And so as being there, like you got to learn something. So I already knew how to cross country ski from the Army. Of the worst skis ever made. I bet you they're not like that anymore. I bet you that. Whenever I see an Army soldier now, I'm like, damn, look at the shit they give you now.
Oh, yeah, they get nice
The stuff they used to give me, bro, was like a ski, and they're like, look, if it doesn't work, put a bungee cord on it. Like, you don't got new ones? No, this is all we got. Doesn't work, put a bungee cord on it.
Are they like size? Like you have to
Oh,
fit
no,
your
they're all
size?
9 foot. They're all like as tall as you, 7 foot. Cross-country skis are naturally long. I like my skis short. When I downhill
about if you're a
ski,
short person?
well, when I downhill ski, I ski on shorter skis, and my ski instructor said that's weird. I'm like, bro, I can't ski on long skis.
Yeah.
He would give me my skis, and I would just. He took me up a big hill. I remember once I did down to Bunny Hill and almost broke his back like 16 times. He took me down a big hill when he thought I was ready,
Yeah.
and I was still on the long skis, and I hit that hill, and I did good for about 15, 16 seconds. Mm-hmm. And then it was like some shit off of like Agony Defeat thing from Wild World of Sports.
Oh,
I come
no.
down, skis are flying everywhere. My shit's flying everywhere. My instructor's behind me, so he's picking his shit up and comes and meets me. I'm almost down the hill by the time he finds me. And I get back down the hill, and I was like, look, if you want me to do this, I'm going to need smaller skis.
Yeah.
I can't navigate these skis. I don't know what it is, but I feel like if they were shorter, I would be better. And it was true. So it went about 7 inches shorter, and I was way better of a skier. And it worked out very well for me, and I really enjoyed it. But I loved it most. It's like fishing. If we go fishing, you're going to look at me, and you're going to think, fuck that guy. You take me golfing.
Yeah.
You're going to say, that guy can golf. You're going to look at my shoes. You're going to look at my clubs. You're going to look at my outfit. You're going to be like, fuck, he's good.
Can you?
And then I get up on the tee box and suck.
So it's a show.
But I look good.
It's a whole show.
Same thing for skiing. I'm not the best skier on the planet by no means,
Yeah.
but I am the best looking dude on the slopes.
You got those
I
puffy
got the
suits
most
on.
best shit they make, so I can be comfortable. That's the deal. That's what it was. When I fish, I look great. You put me out on the fit. Now I can fish, so it's a different story. I'm a good fisherman, but when I first started fishing, I went out and bought everything.
Yeah.
I bought all the best shit because I was like, I want to be dry.
That makes sense.
That's the game. I
I
want to be
wouldn't wanna
dry,
have a
and I
wet
want to be
butt.
able to see the fish. So I bought expensive sunglasses and really good gear. And my fishing rods are custom. Every one of my fishing rods were customly made for me. You can't buy them at the store.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. So same
Well, you're
thing when I went
bougie.
skiing. Like I had some really good Helly Hansen shit. I went down, enjoyed skiing, loved every minute of it, but wasn't very good at it. But
Yeah.
I love to drink shots down at the bottom of the hill.
That's not the point of
By the
this.
way, that's the best part of skiing. True or false? You skied before?
No, but I'll sit at the
Best-
bottom of the hill at the clubhouse
And
watch.
get hammered. Right. I'm at the ski lodge all day long, baby. I go down twice. After that, I'm done.
I would go to a ski lodge. I just wouldn't go
Now,
outside.
if you had my
but
choice and
I
you
would
could
go.
and I could really learn something like a new skill, like a skillcation, snowboarding. I'd like to learn to snowboard.
Why do you want broken bones on vacation?
I don't know why, but snowboarding almost looks easier than skiing. But it
Seems like it.
It seems
No,
like it,
it's
right? It
not.
seems, but it's not. It's not. I've been on
No.
one before. It was the worst pain I've ever felt when I wiped out. But I would love for someone to teach it to me. Usually, skateboarders are great skiers.
Yeah, I
or
would
great
say they would be.
snowboarders, right?
Yeah.
I never was a good skateboarder
I wonder
either.
if wakeboarding is similar.
I don't know. I'd love to learn how to surf too. I think that would be fun.
No.
You wouldn't want to learn how to surf?
No.
Guy, yes, I would.
You know
There's no
aliens.
exercise. There's no exercise. You're propelled by the hill.
You have to have balance.
Okay, that's not exercise. All right, let's go run marathons, Betty. Pass.
Again, I'll hang out at the tiki while I watch you do that. It'll be a great time.
Right, but
I bring some binoculars so I get to look
for what?
of you wiping out.
Right. That's the deal.
I'm not doing anything that requires a board, skis.
God, I want to water ski too. That's crazy. I want to
Never.
water ski too. I think
No.
water skiing would be a blast. I don't think I'd ever be able to do it.
And then the
I
shark
think
pump.
water skiing
No.
takes an enormous amount of arm strength. Arm strength isn't what I have. I don't have a strong grip.
Yeah.
I think water skiing takes that. I don't have that. So I think that would be my downfall.
You gotta hold on to a moving boat that's going like really fast
Yeah.
and try not to like die.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't seem fun for me.
Sounds good.
That's
It's
not
like being on a
joy.
motorcycle. I love motorcycles.
I'll go back to the quilting.
That'd be a good skillcation. Learn how to ride a motorcycle.
No, because you have to be able to lift the motorcycle to be able to ride it.
It's not a bicycle. You don't pick it up off the ground.
Don't you have to be able to like move it and do things on it?
Anytime I've ever
not
dropped
the
a
same.
motorcycle twice in my life, both times, the first time was the first bike I ever bought in Minnesota. I owned it for, I don't know, 3 weeks before I dropped it. I was so pissed.
Oh my god.
$12,000 I spent on this bike in 2007. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. It was a badass bike. When I dumped it, I was pissed and wanted it gone. I sold it like a month later.
If I would be on a street and I would drop a motorcycle, I would just walk away and leave it there because I would be that like
Embarrassed?
Yes.
It is embarrassing.
Never would I go
Other
back.
motorcycles people will run to your rescue though.
I would
It's
just
a
run
great
away.
knit. It's a great little group of people.
Yeah.
Motorcycle riders, if you watch, they wave at each other. Have you ever noticed?
Yeah, like boaters.
Right.
You do the whole
Right,
time. You
right.
just wave.
You wave at every other motorcycle guys by the other way. You wave at them. You give them the wave. Give them the wave. Hey, man, what's up? How you doing?
I know somebody that's forgot to put their feet down at the stop sign 5 or 6 times through the past 10, 15 years.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And he fell right over a bunch of times. But he might have been drunk too, so
Who?
we don't know.
Huh?
Not me.
Do I know this person?
I don't think you do.
He's an old biker.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Mike Marlowe and I do.
He's in the old biker crew.
Is Mike going, what are you dumb?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mike stopped
Yeah.
and helped him pick it up a couple times.
What are you dumb? Stop.
See, I would trust Mike. I would ride him on Mike's bike. I trust Mike. Other ones I don't trust. I don't
Mike's
know.
got a limp because of his bike riding choices.
Never mind. I take it back
That's because he rides a bike every day.
every
No.
single day.
If you rode a bike 24/7, 365, you would eventually knock it over or wreck it. Like, that's just a game. Like, and the roads are crazy. He rides in the rain.
so
Fool.
it's not if you
Fool.
crash.
Mike Barlow's a fool. I would never ride in the rain. I ain't riding in nothing cold. I don't need to go on a road trip. Listen, when it's too cold, I put it away. When if I go out, I remember when I went riding one time. We went riding in January or December one time, right?
Yeah.
I had like a ski mask on, like underneath my helmet.
Yeah.
And if it's that cold,
No.
I don't need to be out. I fished a fishing tournament in December one time. Grand Championship of Caloosahatchee. It was a Calusa catch and release. It was the Grand Championship of this tournament, right? Mm-hmm. And it happened every year in December. It was a 4-tier tournament. So the problem is by the time you got to the Grand Championship, it's December. I have a video of me, Kevin, and Vinny all out on the water wearing orange ski masks because that's all they sold at the bait store. And we had to put something on. It was 43 degrees outside. It
'Cause
was
your
32,
face,
33 on the water when you're on a boat going 60 miles an hour. Like, you're freezing. It's frozen. Now, did we catch fish? Yeah, actually, I think we won the tournament. But for some reason, all the other people that qualified weren't at the first 4 tournaments. By the way, last year of that tournament.
Really?
That tournament was the biggest tournament in town. At their last Grand Championship, they rigged it. And everybody found out.
So you're saying that's like 30 degrees cold. How much is skiing then when it hits your face?
What, skiing in the winter?
Yeah.
And you don't feel that.
How could you not feel it if you're literally surrounded
Well,
by
first
ice?
and foremost, I've got like 3 hats on. I've got ski goggles on, and I'm usually wearing something over my face that's like a robber mask made of poly. What is that stuff? That's like scuba gear. Scuba's made out of.
That doesn't give you anxiety?
No,
I would get so much anxiety.
oh, no. Just for the record, I'm the guy that turned the heat seaters on my car yesterday. Just for the record, I'm that guy. Being warm, I told you, it's all
Having
about the
stuff
gear.
on my face freaks me
Buying
out.
the gear was what I needed. If you're ever going to go skiing and try it, buy gear, and don't not one penny on it. Don't go in and be like, well, I could get a jacket for $50 instead of $120. You'll freeze your ass off in the $50 jacket. You won't feel a drop of cold in the $120 jacket. Like, that's what I bought. I went in there, I was like, what do these pants cost? They were like, well, they have $50 pants, and these over here are $160. I said, what's the difference?
Yeah, what's the difference?
She goes, well, that's the knockoff brand of this brand. I was like, cool, I'll take the real ones.
Because that'll actually keep you warm.
Right. Like, that's no doubt. Like,
So that's the one
stay
time.
dry on a boat, stay warm in skiing. Like, that's the deal. Like,
That's the one time that you don't want the deal. You want the real thing.
Want the real thing.
Yeah.
When it comes
No
to anything,
knockoff.
when it comes to what you need for
Safety.
it's everything. It's
Safety, sleep,
I think
and
you get what
warmth.
you pay for and everything.
Yeah.
Like if you went out and tried to half-ass what we do here with shoddy equipment,
Oh, yeah.
you would know it. Like and you can hear the difference between the digital and the analog, because his mics are digital, these mics are analog. You can hear the difference in them.
Yeah.
They sound different, even though they're the same maker.
Yeah. It's
They're
just-
both Shure microphones, but you can tell the difference just based on their make, the reason they're made. I don't really have a whole lot more to throw on here because my wife yelled at me today and it always makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I hate
Bruh.
when she yells at me.
I like it when she calls you bruh.
She's gonna come home and yell. I'll come home and she'll be like, "You bitched a lot today."
You're in a mood.
Look, if I bitch here, I don't bitch there. She should be happy about it.
Yeah.
All right?
You get it out with us, right?
We got about 10 minutes left in the show. I want to bring Josh on. If he's here, let's bring him on.
Come on down, Josh, from the Animal Podcast.
Make sure I still got enough battery here to roll through the rest of the show. I do. Cool.
You-
Sit on down.
All right.
The Animal Podcast is a paranormal podcast that we hooked up with here on Big Mama Radio. Josh was with us last night as we were out and about at the Antique Mall doing a paranormal event. We talked a lot about it already this morning, but here is Josh back with us today, who has now analyzed some of the tapes and the audio and the clips that we have. And what do you think, man?
There's a lot of stuff that happened last night. There's shadows, a lot of voices, especially what you were talking about this morning. Mary and all that stuff. It was weird. And all of a sudden it didn't show up. I looked at the video. You couldn't even find anything with the words because I saw it with you. Mm-hmm. The words you could see right on the screen. It was showing it. So it was pretty interesting. A lot of stuff. A lot of knocks. That one guy jumped, which was really fun.
Fausto.
Yeah, it was funny. As soon as a knock came on the wall, you like, he just like, well, like this. It's funny. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. A lot of good memories. It was very active night.
It was.
I didn't expect that, so I was pleasantly surprised by the activity that we were able to capture and the activity we were able to experience. But I will say it to this day, and when I got home, Sarah was like, tell me all about it. And the first thing I said is like, if you go back and watch, I say it's 10:05.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it wasn't nowhere near 10:05.
Yeah.
And when we got out, it was somewhere like 9:15 or 9:17. I think is the time I looked at the clock and was blown away by it. But I to this minute, sitting here looking you dead in the eyes, can remember it as clear as day.
Yeah.
I looked down at my watch, and it says 10:05, and I was like, whew.
He said it out loud, too.
I
He's
want to
like,
be gone. I wanted to be gone at 9 because I know I need sleep. I need to get this thing done. I know what it takes to get the next show done. Mm-hmm. It's hard to be out on a work night past 9 o'clock. It's something I don't like to do because of what it takes for me to get the show going.
Right.
The technical side is on him, but the content is an enormous amount of time. It's not work. It's just time.
I kind of call that stuck in a vortex or a wormhole. I've actually seen that happen before where time has changed and all that stuff, and then you go away from wherever the energy is, it's back to normal. It's like you get stuck in time. It's weird.
It was extremely weird.
It's kind of like being in another realm.
And I'm getting home and I'm telling Sarah about it. She's like, well, it's 10 o'clock. I was like, it's not even 10 o'clock yet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm home now and it's not even 10 o'clock, girl. And if you go back and watch it, I say 10:05.
Yeah. You're like,
I'm like,
it's 10:05. I've got to go.
I got to go.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I literally glanced over at him when he just looks at his watch. So he looks at his watch and he's like, it's 10:05. I got to go. And he's just walking with Lee.
And what's funny is
was
Lee
like,
goes,
"Dang,
really?
it's
And I was
10
like, yeah, it's
o'clock."
late. I got to go.
I'm like, wow, it's 10 o'clock already?
But that I believe to this day that was something wanting me out. Wanting me to be like, you've been here too long. And I was empathing so much shit last night that it was hard to crash down. Like, that was the other issue. I knew that I had to get home, but I also have to wind down from this.
Right.
This is not going to be something I can just go home and sleep in. Like I just experienced a lot of energy. And although it's easier to fall asleep after that for me because I drain a lot of my own personal energy, man, the energy that I got last night empathing was next to none. I've empathed a lot of living things, but I've never, and I was telling her, I don't know if you heard when we were talking at the beginning, I've been an empath for, I don't know, probably 10 years now. Probably my whole life, but I've been able to use my empath abilities for 10 years. And, but it's always been in rooms of living individuals. Easier for me to, like, a lot of people call them great interview skills. You have great interview skills. You're really good at interviewing. I'm able to empath that person's energy, which makes us meld.
Yeah.
So that makes it easier for me to interview somebody because I can empath your energy. I know where you're at, and I'm able to just get in that same energy level with you, and it makes the interview better. But last night, I was excited for this because I've never gone to empath something that's paranormal or something from the other side. Now, I've had experiences from the other side, but I've never went to go empath it. And my whole goal when I walked in there was to empath. And I cleared my energy, which is a process of, if you don't know, there's a way to process to bring gold light into you. That takes out all the negative light. So I bring gold light in, and you'll see me do this, and that's me bringing the gold light in. All right, so I bring the gold light in to protect me from anything that's in there. So I bring that in as soon as we get there. As soon as I'm done clearing that energy, I start feeling the energy, and I, like I said, when I went through the emotions of everything that was going on there, I had more downs than ups, and the reason and I totally expected that because of the fact that, like I said yet last night, and I'll say it again, so many people's belongings are there that have passed on. All right, it doesn't mean they're haunted, but it means that their energy is in those, and their energy and how they felt when they died is what I empath. So most people don't die like, man, it's the greatest day of my life.
Right.
I'm dying today.
Yeah.
Like it's
Not
usually
exciting.
a sad moment. So I had to bury that. Like that was the first thing that I had to do. I had to clarify what I was feeling. And I will say there were the things. The time change was one. In the break room, I was telling them, I don't know if you heard it earlier, but there was a pressure on my throat and on my chest that didn't allow me to communicate with anybody.
Break room's very active.
I couldn't communicate with anybody. And that's where the Charles thing came from. And I was trying to say his name's Charles. Like, his name's Charles. And I wanted to say it out loud to Lee because he's asking, what's your name? And I was like, it's fucking Charles. But I couldn't say it. And it was very hard. And then I had to decide whether or not I'm just panicking in a dark room. But I wasn't. I was having a very, very... And I don't want to call it pressure because a lot of magnetic fields cause pressure change in your body.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to, it wasn't magnetically at all driven. That wasn't magnetic at all because I didn't feel sick. Magnetic fields will also give you a little nauseous.
I threw up after we left. Do you know that?
The magnetic fields will throw you off. And a lot of energies will cause those magnetic fields to make you nauseous. You ever thrown up and it goes on?
No, not really.
All right.
I did. It's in their parking lot. I'm sorry.
So.
Not my parking lot.
Gross. But
I was telling him, like, when I walked in here, I was like, man, I feel like pressure, and it's still like sitting in my stomach, and there's just like pressure. And until I released it, it was just like I was just like if someone was squeezed, like almost like if you were being squeezed by a snake. You know what I mean? That's how I felt.
The shadows are caught on the tape. If you go back and watch it, Betty caught two shadows walking past her. I saw the shadows go into the. I didn't know that she saw shadows. I didn't know there were shadows on there.
Yeah.
But at the same time she saw shadows, I saw the shadow go into that caged area in the back.
Yeah.
And I saw it. Like I physically like.
And it's darker than dark, which is, you know what I mean? Like you could be in a dark space, but you see it even darker.
So I went back in there. I went back there,
weird,
and whatever energy was there was no longer there because I didn't empath any energy at all back there.
Yeah.
And I know Lee tried to talk to that person that went back there, but I you ever been to Hawaii?
No.
All right, so Hawaii's got a lot of folklore that is about energies.
Yeah.
Like Hawaii, there's 3 highways in Hawaii. There's the H1, the H2, and the H3. Residents of Hawaii that were born native there don't drive across the H3 because it's cursed.
Oh wow.
Because they built it over without lack of best words, a tribal marching ground.
Huh.
Okay.
And so anybody who drives across that ends up having some kind of illness and weirdness. And there is so much paranormal in Hawaii based on their traditions
Yeah.
That's interesting.
that the state itself is massively paranormal.
Wow.
Like as soon as you land on there, you're like, ooh, oh. And I didn't know how to empath when I lived there, but I
Yeah.
can remember it all now. There was a time in Hawaii where 24 hours are gone.
Yeah.
And I woke up like an alien abduction style shit.
Yeah.
Like I woke up on my picnic table in front of my apartment complex,
Really?
and I didn't know how I got there. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't hungover. I just woke up and was there.
You didn't take Ambien or anything?
I didn't know why I was there. I didn't know where I was prior to that. But I had a pass on my neck. And it was very weird, the energy. And I don't know how I came home that night. I don't know the story. And I don't know where that happened. But looking back, there was something that put me there. So Hawaii is like that. So energy is something that I firmly believe in. And last night, the dark energies rolling into the room, I believe, were on the same path like these soldiers of Hawaii. So I believe that and I know you're the expert, but I'm just telling you what I believe.
Yeah.
That spirits run in a track. Like, the best way I can explain, like, if we saw a spirit on this bus and he's leaving the bus from here, if we wait here long enough,
He'll be back.
and he'll be leaving the bus.
Yeah.
Right, he'll be back. It's just a long circle that the
Yeah.
spirit circulates on.
That
I
was
guess
like
you could-
last time when we were talking
That's
about
more of a
my
residual.
uncle. Like with my uncle,
Yeah.
like when I said, hey, when Lee came out and did the investigation in my aunt's house probably 20 years ago, I said every day he comes home at this time.
Right.
And he walks through. He does this. He goes and feeds his birds. This is what he did his entire life. And he still does it after he's passed. So it was just, it was like on the dot. Like even Lee was probably like, whatever. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And there goes the door. It goes, and he explained everything exactly how it happens. And
that would be way deeper than I'd ever
that
want to
happened.
experience, just for the record.
that
Yeah.
happened.
If I'm sitting in a room and the doorknob moves, the door opens, and I see someone walk through to the back house,
Yeah.
dude, I'm out.
Yeah.
And if I own the house, for sale.
I've actually happened. That's happened in my house.
that
where
was
the-
his house. He built that house. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually happened in my house because my house is haunted,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had a whole bunch of weird stuff. I've actually had instances where the door unlocked and opened by itself, the front door, and
Mm-hmm.
it's daylight, and you just stay there like, what the hell?
Nope. Sold.
I literally when I went to my aunt's house, I was staying there for a while I was building my house, and I came back from Miami. I used to go to Miami and go visit my parents, and I had a big dog at the time, so I'm there with the dog. I'm with my suitcase, and I used to come in through the back door because I used to park my car on the side of her house, so I used to come through the back door in the garage. And I walk up to the door, and literally there's a glass there, and I'm like, oh, I can't open the door because I have my hands, the dog, the this. And I swear, I literally am standing there, and I hear the lock just go, pop, and the door boop, pushes wide open. I literally just stick my head in the garage just to make sure there was nobody in there. There wasn't. I walked through, and I was like, thank you, George. And I just because I'm like, if it's him, I'm going to say thank you. And I I ran inside the house. But yeah, that happened to me, and it was just interesting because then it happened to Lee while he was
Yeah.
sitting there. So it does happen. These people, there's something there. I don't know what it is.
What happens
I
to,
believe that.
why is someone earthbound?
It could be anything. They're just trying to fulfill whatever.
I mean, your opinion. I'm asking your opinion on this. Why do you think people are, I know, I have an opinion why people are
Yeah,
earthbound.
I
So-
think that because whatever they were here on Earth, they didn't be able to finish it in life.
They're tied to it.
Yeah.
Suicide victims are all earthbound unless they're prayed for immensely.
Yeah.
And they have to be superly prayed for.
Yeah.
Like if someone you know passes away via suicide and you go on and there's no one talking about it on social media, they're earthbound.
Yeah.
If you go on social media and there's this massive following of people that are like saddened by the loss of this individual, they've all prayed that person to the other side. But it takes a minute to get people to the other side, especially people that are that die by suicide. You have no idea how close to much I believe in what's going on in your life, like the stuff that you do. It's not for show. It's not for any giggles. I've believed in the paranormal so much. Matter of fact, it's the only type of scary movie I refuse to watch are paranormal movies because they can happen. They can really happen.
Oh yeah.
That's the difference.
I've seen some.
Like some dude showing up in a ski mask to kick my or in a hockey mask with a sword and being able to chase me and catch me.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waking up with somebody possessed at the foot of my bed with a knife, that can physically happen, and I'm passing on that. So
You're like, I'm good.
I always think about these. So I do these cold case podcasts for the sheriff's office where people die sometimes in homes, sometimes out in front of homes and stuff like that. And I can't help but wonder that they're earthbound.
Yeah.
They're in that house. And you drive by some of these houses, one a half a mile from my house. You drive by this house, it's been remodeled, it's gorgeous, it looks great inside, but I know that 2 people died inside that house.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure they know. I'm sure it's something the realtor had to tell them about. But I always wonder, are the spirits of these individuals camping out in these houses?
Anything's possible.
And or at these places, because we had one at a place of business, and then you hear about them like in fields that people died and all these things, and I always wonder if they drive. If I do know if you kill yourself, and I do know if you have unfinished business, something you feel like you need to complete, your soul will stay here on Earth.
Would you do this again?
What?
The investigation? Like,
I'll do it again.
You would?
You guys could let me leave when I want to leave. The reason I didn't leave last night is because we were in the middle of doing like a broadcast.
Right.
When I can only take so much. And last night we really absorbed a lot.
I feel like you're very like
more than I'd
it.
want to absorb.
Yeah.
Again, I wouldn't want to absorb that much at that. I don't mind staying longer. I just don't want to stay in longer.
Yeah.
I want to be able to take a break, come out, and go back in. Take a break and go back in. I need to recompress. It's hard for me. I think this. I like it. I'm a fan of it, especially in rooms of live people.
Yeah.
Boy, I can spot out an a-hole in a minute, bro. I don't want to talk to that person. I can feel their energy. I know what type of person they are.
I wonder how it would be with dowsing rods in there. Like if I brought the dowsing rods, like that place was just so much energy everywhere.
It was pretty crazy. Just and especially you were talking about energy and stuff and getting tired and. Also, we've been in a lot of cases where, like, if you go in there for a bit, they absorb that energy from you, and you get exhausted and stuff like that, and feel dizzy and.
I felt myself yawning last night, but I yawn when I drain too much out of myself. Like, like I cried pretty much most of the time that we were in there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them my own tears because I wasn't sad myself. But somebody else was
connecting with the spirit.
Right. It was, and I hate it because it makes me sniffle. If you go back and watch the video, I'm sniffling through half of the damn thing because
we were watching the video. We actually saw you in the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
So
they were making fun of you out here. Look at this.
Oh, I don't care.
Look at the ball game.
It wasn't like I was like, "Get me out of here." I didn't. It'd be different if I say, "Get me out of here," get me out.
Yeah.
And everyone should leave behind me.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of freaked out a little bit when you disappeared. I was like, "Where did he go?"
I couldn't walk
Like,
away
where
from
did he go?
the Chase Lounge. There's a Chase Lounge in the back right corner of the place. That's where the woman had all the pain and all the sadness.
Yeah.
Lots of pain, lots of sadness.
So that one roped you in there.
It roped me in. I wanted to speak to that person. I wanted that person to speak to me.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what her pain was from and if I could figure out a way to cross her over. It's important to me. I've helped cross many people over in my life. I would probably say a couple hundred. I used to do a regular show with the psychic, and we would talk to people who have earthbound spirits, and we would help cross over. Plus, one of my great friends who killed himself on the side of a highway in Minnesota. We helped cross him over.
Yeah.
One of the most emotional times of my whole life. So I wanted her to cross over. I think she needed to cross over, but I couldn't get her energy to talk to me enough to get her to cross over. I would have to know her name. If I could know her name, I could pray for her, send out a prayer request to about 1,500 people, and I could get her crossed over then. But I didn't know. I couldn't get her name. Now, me and Sean were talking about early. Could the Charles I heard could have been Charlie? It could have been a girl. It could have been a girl's name.
I think it was the E name.
What E name?
Eloise.
You thought Eloise? I don't know why Charles didn't come to me until we were in the break room, so it wasn't why I was over there in that corner. That person in the corner did not want to actually talk. They didn't want to be a part of anything, and they probably didn't even know that I was there, but I knew she was.
Yeah.
And
Eloise. Yeah.
I know when I my energy thing scares me too. I don't like it so much. So, but I know who gave it to me. I know that my psychic friend opened that third eye for me, so I would be forced to always have that ability. And ever since that day, I've had it. So it was on a boat. I was on a boat. It was shortly before Fenn was conceived that him and I had a private one-on-one on a boat. And I don't remember much of that conversation, and I know that's when it happened.
Yeah.
Because ever since that moment, I've been able to empath.
Wow.
And that's the
cool.
same guy that told me that Fenn would be a twin. And that Sarah would have a boy, and they would be twins. And we would, but he said that Sarah would have a boy, and they would be twins. He never said boys. And it took me a lot to put this all together, but Sarah did get pregnant with twins, and because we did IVF, and two embryos made it. But on the second appointment, there was only one embryo left because Fenn kicked someone out. Fenn was like, "Nah,
It's me, bitch.
only room for me up in here, dog. You got to go." That's the story I tell.
Yeah.
But there were two, and it was very weird because we had to work really hard to have that child.
Yeah.
And Fenn was a miracle baby, and that whole moment with my friend, and it was great. I'll never forget it. So ever since that moment, it's been really crazy for me. I do have to wrap up the show. I'm so late, it's not even funny. So we'll have to I'll have to give me 30 seconds, and then I'll wrap up the show because we're gonna jump onto the back hour.
You guys, that was awesome. Though.
Anything else you want to add before we go today?
Well, I did want to talk about one story about that I did, because a lot of people like want to conspiracy pick up people. In that instance, I have experienced that where it's actually like out of a movie, because people ask like, "Oh, could it have been like?" People say demons or whatever you could call it, but everything they see on the movie is a demon, but it really isn't. It's really a negative spirit. But this one instance in Tennessee, in Brushy Mountain Penitentiary, I actually witnessed a woman get slammed onto the ground, lifted up in the air, slammed back down, and grabbed across the floor. Weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, and that's probably the only time I'll ever see it.
Was she an investigator too? Or?
She was an investigator. There was like 5 of us there. It caught all on film. They had the video and everything. They saw it, and they deleted it, and they gave up ghost hunting right after that.
Wow.
Because like the side of her face was like black and blue, and it was like all bloody and everything. It was crazy. Most craziest experience I've ever had in my life as a paranormal investigator. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff, but nothing like that.
Nothing actually like
something
grab
that you
at
see out of a
and
movie and
hurt
stuff
you.
like that. And like I said, like, does that happen all the time? No.
Did you get dragged?
Yeah. It's like I said, it is something out of a movie that you don't really see.
I can. The person that dragged her had also been dragged. Why do I feel that? That's weird. I felt the drag as soon as you started telling that story.
Yeah.
Pretty long distance across gravel. That's what I feel. That's maybe not the girl you were with, but the other person. Pretty long distance.
Yeah.
Is recreating what happened to them?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that answer. I'm just, once again, I can't tell you the reason and rhyme and reason behind what I see or what I feel. And it's very strange to me, but I can tell the difference between. That was a really weird story because I went there, and that was very weird for me. I've told you, this is the first time ever. I've always been an empath in rooms of living people. It's why I'm with these two. And it's a true story. They don't have a they don't have a group of 300 friends because they're a hard group to read, but their energy is such a positive that I can hang out with them any day. They don't have ill will in their heart. They don't have ill will unless you ill will them, then stay out of their way. But don't ill will them and you'll be good. That's all I got, guys. We got to get out of here. We're running late as it is. I want to say thank you to Dr. Garamone for allowing me to put my bus out in front of his joint for the next 4 days and be out here. I want to thank Josh for everything he did.
A nice shirt, too.
For helping us come in and be a part. Right, I rock.
Yeah, rocking the Garamone shirt.
I got to. Got love. But I just want to say thank you very much to everybody that tunes in and hangs out with us on our streams. Selena, I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Finn says, that's my mommy. Right. That's my mommy. And it does. That's how, and he's a mama's boy to the 10th. He'll never be a daddy's boy. He is a mama's boy. That ain't never going to switch, and I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I love that he loves his mama that much.
That's her baby.
You guys have a great day. Thank you again, everyone that tuned in. We got to go. Remember, when that repo man comes for the car, don't forget to save the radio!
Grinchy, Grinch, 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 Grinch.
Ho, ho, ho. Get ready for a holiday event like no other. It's Grinch Fest.
It's go time.
Join us on December 14th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at John Michael Diamond and Jewelry Studio for a celebration that'll warm even the Grinch's heart.
Oh, really?
Come cozy in your PJs for your Christmas pajama party. Bring the whole family to meet the Grinch and snap a 360-degree video with him, thanks to SJC Technology. But don't worry, Santa will be there too in the Grinch Free Zone. Brought to you by John Michael's Diamond and Jewelry. We've got free buttery popcorn, sweet cotton candy, icy snow cones, all thanks to our generous sponsors. Show off your moves in a hula hoop contest. Bounce around in the Christmas Bounce House and enjoy festive tunes by Big Mama Radio and Big Events Florida. And don't miss our Grinch Lounge for arts and crafts, fun games, huge raffles, and tasty treats from local food trucks. Let's show the Grinch just how magical Christmas can be. That's Grinch Fest, December 14th, 11 to 2.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
John Michael Diamond and Jewelry Studio, 1331 Cape Coral Parkway.
Happy holidays.
Get ready for a family fun day packed with holiday cheer.
When it comes to heavy-duty towing and hauling across Southwest Florida, trust the family-owned team at Stonewall Towing and Recovery in LaBelle, serving Hendry County, Glades County, and beyond. From commercial equipment moves to roadside rescues, we've got you covered. Need a quick quote for a one-time job or long-term service? Just call us at 863-622-1100 or visit stonewalltowing.com. Your heavy hauling partner, here to get you safely on the road and on schedule. Stonewall Towing, what can we move for you?
Are you ready to turn your construction dreams into reality? Introducing Titan Contracting, your ultimate construction partner in sunny Florida. From their humble beginnings as a family-owned business in North Fort Myers, Titan Contracting has soared to become your master team of skilled contractors. They specialize in roofing, plumbing, electrical work, and remodeling. A one-stop solution for all your construction needs. At Titan Contracting, they're not just builders, they're creators of comfort, architects of aspirations, and engineers of excellence. Imagine a roofing project that stands strong against Florida's unpredictable weather. Picture flawless plumbing that flows seamlessly. Envision electrical work that illuminates your space with brilliance. And don't forget about their expert remodeling services that transform your vision into reality. Ready for the next step? Call today, 239-791-8225. Or check them out online at yourtitanteam.com. Whether it's a commercial project or your dream home, Titan Contracting is your trusted partner, committed to delivering excellence from start to finish. Titan Contracting, building dreams, one project at a time.
Hey, Southwest Florida. Have you tried the casual fine dining steakhouse in Cape Coral that everyone is raving about? If you haven't, come down to Prime 239 Steakhouse. We offer prime steaks, specialty dishes, delicious craft cocktails, and of course, save room for our decadent desserts. Check us out online at prime239.com. We are open Monday through Thursday from 4 to 10 and Sunday from 4 to 11. We are located at 1715 Cape Coral Parkway West. So come give us a try if you haven't already. Prime 239. It's quality you can taste.
Hey, Southwest Florida, are you tired of daydreaming about that perfect backyard oasis? Well, wake up and smell the sunscreen, because Custom Pools by Design is here to turn your pool dreams into a splastastic reality. From picturesque Punta Gorda to breathtaking Bonita Springs, we've got the sunshine state covered like SPF on a summer day. Our in-ground custom pools are like the MVPs of backyard beauty. And don't forget to ask about the exclusive marble decking. And guess what? We've got spas that are hotter than a jalapeno in the Florida sun. Soothing bubbles, anyone? Here at Custom Pools by Design, we're not just building pools, we're crafting outdoor masterpieces. We'll work with you to create a backyard wonderland that even your neighbors will want an invite to. What sets us apart? The exclusive use of PebbleTech pool interiors. Custom pools by design. Family owned and operated for 20 plus years. And don't forget to check us out online at custompoolsbydesign.com. Swing by our showroom at 1007 Southeast 12th Court in Cape Coral. Call Custom Pools by Design at 239-573-4439 and dive into the details. Custom Pools by Design, where your backyard dreams take the ultimate plunge. Let's make a splash, Southwest Florida. Your playlist non-stop.
Non-stop